Greetings all, Dubious Khan here, and welcome to a special Into the Idiot Box, where I'm talking with Dan Farr, the producer of Salt Lake Comic-Con Fan Xperience, which is taking place in Salt Lake City, April 17th to the 19th, this year in Salt Lake City at the Salt Palace Convention Center. Dan, thank you so much for taking the time to talk to me today.
Glad to do it.
Great. So, Salt Lake Comic-Con opened last year in September and shattered records for a first-time convention.
It was crazy, yeah. The fans came out. The fans in Utah are the best in the world for sure, because they came out in such powerful numbers, and that sets the stage for us to be able to continue to grow the event and become really a worldwide event.
All right. So what made you decide, hey, you know what, Salt Lake needs an official Comic-Con? What made you decide that?
Well, I had attended some Comic-Cons around the nation, and as I did that, I felt the energy. I just, you'd walk into a con, and unless you've experienced a Comic-Con before, and they have multiple regional ones around, and unless you experience that, you don't know really what that powerful, amazing energy is. And so I had experienced some of them, and then I also had attended the Geeks event here in Utah, and I thought, wow, why don't we do a Comic-Con? The fans that came to Geeks, you could tell that they really wanted a Comic-Con. You could tell that they, the people in costumes and everything. So it was almost like it was the start, the embryo of what could be that Comic-Con. And so I just thought it'd be fun to gather a team and go for it.
All right, well, great. And obviously, as I said, it's a huge success, broke a whole bunch of records. So most people would be content, all right, let's make it bigger and better next year. You, on the other hand, decided to do something else. You were like, you know what, we need to do this twice a year.
Crazy, yeah. We didn't want to wait. I mean, that's the thing, is I know the fans feel the same way. We've heard them talk about it, but we didn't want to wait a whole year. We figured, why not do 2 a year, because one thing is the vendors and everybody, they want to be here. The fans are so great. There's the opportunity to set up another event, and we knew the vendors would come in. In fact, we have over twice the convention hall space that we did last time, and have sold it out already. And last time in September, we were selling right up until the week before we sold out. And so to give you an idea of how fast it sold out this time, double the space and selling out.
Nice. Very nice. All right, so what can people expect at Fan Xperience?
Well, this is what I tell people is, think you're going to see more similarities than you are differences.
Okay.
And so Fan Xperience, the reason why we decided to call it Fan Xperience, one is it gave us a good way to distinguish between the September Comic-Con and then the Fan Xperience midway in the year. The other thing is it became a mission statement for us, Fan Xperience. We want to make sure that we're thinking about the fans and making that experience all about the fans, and that's really what drives and motivates us to do this event. And then the other thing is the Fan Xperience also becomes a name that people that don't understand Comic-Con or any of this stuff, they can hear the name Fan Xperience and realize, oh, okay, it's you get to see your favorite things. So that was the background behind that.
All right. So naturally, like you said, the vendor space sold out and everything else, but you're planning a whole slew of other events to go with it. I was looking on the website just before I came over here, just to look it up. Aside from the guests, who we'll get to in a minute, you've got other things going on. You've got Evil Dead the Musical coming. Which,
they're coming back, which they had so much fun the first time. They're coming back again.
Well, that's great.
Yeah.
Let's see. You've got the Zombie Walk coming up next week.
Yeah, it's actually the Zombie Invasion Ball at the Capitol, the state capitol, and people will come dressed as zombies or zombie hunters, and we'll invade the Capitol, and then we'll have a ball.
And the great thing is that if you don't have the money to attend the ball, you can still participate in the walk beforehand.
Exactly. Yeah. And, I'll tell you, if people don't have the money and they want to participate, send us a note. We'd love to have them participate, and if there is available space, we'll find a way to get them in.
And there's an extra incentive. You have Zombie Royalty, and the winners of that will be getting free passes to Fan Xperience.
Exactly, yeah. We're always looking for an excuse to reward the fans that go the extra mile.
All right. Now, on the website, there's also there was mention of a dedicated kids area, which is great here in Utah because we have so many families who are into the same things and whatnot. I have a 15-year-old son who's into a ton of stuff that I'm into, so But if you have someone with like younger kids who are like 6, 7 years old, what's Fan Xperience offering for them?
Well, the KidCon area, one of the main attractions there is we do have the Power Rangers Samurai that are running, doing the course, some classes for the kids, teaching them empowerment and things like that, which is great. We have a lot of vendors with kid-specific stuff. We have some kids entertainment. It's really just a mini con within the bigger con is what it is.
That's great. And speaking of Power Rangers, and this will segue us into the guests, I understand you've got a lot of guests coming in. You've got Jason David Frank coming in, who was Tommy on various Power Rangers, Tommy Oliver on various Power Rangers series. You have a bunch of others. You have cast members from The Walking Dead. You have a good chunk of the Star Trek Next Generation cast: Jonathan Frakes, Marita Sirtis, Michael Dorn, Brent Spiner, Gates McFadden. You have Matt Frewer, who is one of my favorite actors, and of course my personal favorite, who I hope to personally meet myself, Elvira, Mistress of the Dark, also known as Cassandra Peterson.
Yes.
So, how can people go about meeting these people for autographs?
That's great. Yeah, we will have, for some of them there will be some opportunities to maybe buy some stuff in advance, but right now, like if you have a VIP ticket, we'll give you an express line to get to meet the guests. But we basically, I think last event, everybody that wanted to meet a guest generally got to. I think Stanley, maybe there were some fans that didn't get a chance to meet him, but pretty much all the other guests, if you wait in line there, you can meet them, and we also offer photo ops in a separate area where the guests at a certain time will go in and they'll do a block of photos, and people can buy a photo op, and then they can actually get them printed there, and then go back and get them signed.
All right. Now, on a personal note, which guest are you looking forward to the most to being at?
That's a question that I get asked a lot, and you think I'd have a patent answer down, but I'll tell you what excites me more than meeting the guests myself is I get more excited to see the fans
other people
meet the guests and see their reactions. I mean, there's times I had an opportunity to go and sit next to William Shatner back at the New York Comic-Con. I was helping out my friend who's a manager for him, and so I would periodically spend a few minutes helping out as fans were coming up to meet him. And I'm telling you, it was such a touching experience to see the looks in their eyes and their the excitement. Some people almost can't even talk when they're meeting him, and he'll say, "Oh, don't be nervous," and it's kind of try to make him feel better and all that. And that for me, sitting next to him when he was doing that was I had a fan experience. I had a fan experience of the fans. And I actually got to the point where it was pretty comfortable for me to be with William Shatner, because I was there helping him and went to dinner with him a couple of times. But seeing the fans do that, that really touched me.
And that's really what this is all about.
That's what it is. That's how I get energized. I love seeing the fans. I love to see them costume. All the cosplay, costuming that goes on there. People that just really get into something, and I can experience that vicariously through them.
All right. So what sort of other events can people expect at Fan Xperience, aside from the zombie ball beforehand and the musical and so on?
Obviously the largest area is the whole vendor area. So you're going to see vendors from all over the nation. You're going to see comic books. You're going to see T-shirts and posters and all sorts of memorabilia. It's just, that's going to be...
Pardon me, I'm sorry.
No, that's right, yeah. That will be something that will be just interesting to go, and you can spend days just doing that. But then the other thing we have is we've got several panels set up, and basically you'll have all the celebrities that are there. They'll do Q&A panels, so that so the audience can come in and ask them questions, and you get to hear a little bit about stuff you don't normally hear about, and that's a great opportunity. But then we also have some panels built for classes on costuming or writing. Yeah. I have that effect on most people.
The professionalism you've come to expect from Into the Idiot Box.
All right. Perfect. No, I love the casual nature of this. This to me is the way they all should be. Yeah.
All right. So pretty much, if people want to get tickets, how can they do that?
Easiest way is saltlakecomiccon.com. Just go to the website It has all the information.
And so you can get 3-day passes or 1-day passes
Yes,
or whatever.
VIP passes.
VIP passes.
Passes are almost sold out though. That's the thing. Is
Right.
we did want to limit that number so that
that the perks that you get with a VIP pass don't get
Yeah,
satiated.
yeah.
Now, exactly. Now, you already mentioned that there's like an express line to the guests.
Yes.
What other perks does the VIP pass get you?
they get an early entrance into the event, so they get an extra hour before all the general passes get in. You also get to have early access to the panels, and so the panel rooms, and so you get the selector, front seats and things like that. So it is throughout the event. But you also get a T-shirt. You get a VIP T-shirt, and there'll be some other additional perks at the ticketing line. But overall, it's really something to help make sure that you are able to get a little faster service when you're trying to meet the
do everything
celebrities.
that you want and do everything you
Exactly.
want to do.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I think that pretty much covers everything we need to, but I want to finish this off with something I hope to do with all the interviews I do this,
Okay.
and that's what I call the 5 random favorites.
Oh wow.
Okay? I'm just going to name off 5 things.
I don't think that quick, so let's see.
We'll see what happens.
Yeah,
Just
okay.
as fast as you
Okay.
can. We're going to see what happens. All right, ready?
Yep.
Favorite movie?
Avengers.
Favorite book?
Harry Potter.
Favorite sandwich?
Tuna fish.
Okay. Favorite comic book?
Walking Dead.
And finally, favorite band?
U2.
All right.
Yeah.
Dan Farr, thank you very much for speaking
Thank
with
you.
me and all that. Stay tuned for more coming in the coming months. Once again, Fan Xperience, Salt Lake Comic Con, April 17th through the 19th in Salt Lake City. Tickets are on sale now, saltlakecomiccon.com. VIP passes are almost sold out, so if you want to grab those, better grab them fast. Thank you very much. I'm Dubious Khan. Join me next time for another trip into the Idiot Box.
This is the ultimate showdown, ultimate destiny, good guys, bad guys, and explosions. As far as the eye can see, and only one will survive. I wonder who it will be. This is the ultimate showdown of ultimate destiny.